A very good morning to all my dear students. I'm glad we are meeting once again for the fresh topic that we started last week on Friday, that is Partnership Act. And before starting and moving ahead, we will be clearing a few of the queries. I made a note last time. So I'll try to solve your queries because in between the session, you start reaching at Sale of Goods Act, then it becomes very difficult to close down the presentation and open up a study material. So few common queries, I took a note of all those last time and we'll just have a quick discussion. And after solving your queries, we'll move ahead in the Indian Partnership Act. A very good morning, Ms. Pooja, Ishan, Avash, Avadesh Pratap, Shrinti, Gunjan Devi, P. Vishnu, Mohammed, Diksha, Bhargavi, Manjunathan, Kavya, Narayan, Karmakar. Good morning, child. Mr. MD, Bhumika, Sonali, Nitil, Pratindya, Anchal, Naveen, Anand Kumar, all of you children. Auction sale with the seller appoints more than one bidder, Mr. Kunal Jain. If you are having, there is a difference between having a reserve price and the right to bid. So wherein I told you where I am reserving my right to bid, that is I have taken the permission that I can also have a person on my behalf who will be bidding in this transaction. So in that very case, you can still have a bidder. But in the fourth point, next point that we understood was that if you are trying to pretend the bidding, you're just doing a pretended bidding and the sale is not notified by the seller is not doing, so somebody on his behalf is trying to create a fraud, then yes, it becomes void. Good morning, Ms. Ziba, Sakshi, Soumya, Kunal Jain, same queries coming again and again. I hope now you got the answer. Vaishnavibin, Lakshita, Manchi. Difference between sale and sell, Mr. Adisha is asking. So sale, I'm going to make you a sale after 5 days. Sell, agreement to sell. I might be selling you the goods. So contract of sale, nobody is going to ask you sale and sell, but yes, a contract of sale and agreement to sell is definitely different. So today I made you the sale, you made me the payment, it's a contract of sale. We are just making an agreement, I'll be selling you the goods at a future date, then it is an agreement to sell. Yes, otherwise it's just the tenses that's playing role. Ms. Rafika, Sarvas, Maheen, Vaishnavibin, Nikhil Soni, a very good morning to you as well. Mr. Adisha, I hope your point is clear now. Ankit Mishra, Sanjana Masoom, Chehel, Sidra, Rohini, Manish, Aditi, Ali, Lakshmi S, Samriti, good morning children. Rutuja, good morning. Asha, good morning. What is a dominant partner? Ziba Mukhtar is asking. That will be definitely covered in today's session. Don't worry. Sanchita, Ikta, Durgesh, all of you children. Garesh. Okay, so we don't have any other query coming up as of now. Constructive and symbolic delivery, Ms. Neha Agarwal, you are still sailing in between contract of sale. So you just go to the recorded lectures wherein we have discussed what was happening in the warehouse. Are the keys only handed to the buyer? Are the information just given to the buyer that go and collect, somebody is holding the goods on your behalf? All those kind of things have to be kept in mind. So where I'm directly giving you the keys of the car, that means symbolic delivery. But I'm just intimating you that somebody else is holding the car on your behalf and that warehouse keeper is acknowledging that I am having the car on your behalf, then it is a constructive delivery. So you just refer to the previous examples that we discussed. Mr. Pratik, Samriti, Mohammed, Ayal, Priyanka, all of you. Lakshita is asking, please explain the example of Supreme Court. Which one are you asking? Are you asking about the case laws, KD Kamath, or the other one? Which one you want me to explain? I'll take that point. Himanshu, where sale is not notified by the buyer, seller means if seller is not having the right to put up that auction sale, then any kind of bidding made in that sale will be a fraudulent case. Okay, Sakaldeep, that's great. Vinuta. All right, children, let's move ahead now. Difference between partnership and joint stock company. Mr. Bontha Dharma, please ask the specific point which you want to understand. Otherwise, slides I will be opening. Definitely don't worry. You can have a look from that as well. Contract of sale can be executed or executory, Mr. Ishan is asking. So it's an executed contract if the promise has already been performed, you paid the goods, you made the payment, the goods were delivered, it comes in executed. Defeated means the provisions are now longer defeated with India. It means it has to be seen in what context are you using the word. Otherwise, defeated का मतलब होता है जैसे हरा देना, उसमें लॉ में आपको कहीं इरेज हो रहा है या डिफीट कर रही है प्रोविजंस, सुपरसीड कर रहा है सेक्शन, तो उसमें वो हम फॉलो करते हैं द सेक्शन व्हिच इज अहेड. No, it is not necessary, Mr. Ali Hussain, to write the same language. You can write in your own language also. Santi Ranjan Das Gupta. Okay, Lakshita, don't worry. I'll just teach you the same. We'll have a quick revision also. Right to reserve, right to bid may be reserved. MT Barkutullah, I just told you where the seller has reserved the right, that then he has the right to make a buyer, make a bidder stand in his auction sale. Good, Mr. Pratik is saying all cleared now. Glad. Diksha, what is perpetual succession? Diksha Agarwal is asking. Perpetual succession, child, means where your firm, whether the firm continues to exist, whether all the partners die or not, that was the point of difference of perpetual succession. Perpetual succession का मतलब होता है continuity. तो जो एक company है, that still continues to exist for longer time, even if the directors, shareholders die. But in case of partnership, partnership firm is made up of all the partners. Remember A, B, C, three partners. The three partners are collectively known as firm. If three partners does not exist, partnership firm will come to an end. But ABC three directors, company is different. Directors died, company still continue to exist in the books of accounts. So that's why it is said that the company has perpetual succession. All right. Mr. Sudhanshu Shekhar is asking, can a person directly go to Supreme Court? Not at all. Your lawyer will guide you and tell you if you have any case, whether it is to be taken to Supreme Court or not. Okay. If a buyer waives a condition, then definitely Ms. Kirti, he can also claim for the damages. HUF full form is Hindu Undivided Family. Ziba Karta is the head of the family who is taking, all the decisions in the family business. Okay, now let's start. Okay, P. Vishnu, we'll try to do that. Maybe we have to plan a separate session for all those kind of things and queries because we have to complete the syllabus as well. Okay. So starting from unit 2, somebody has raised a query last time for question number 7 MCQ. So I don't know whether that child is present today or not. I have not written the names, but I took your queries. I have made a note of them. So which one of the following is not an implied warranty? Before I answer you, why don't you people only answer me? So warranty as to undisturbed possession, warranty as to existence of encumbrances, disclosure of dangerous nature of goods, and warranty as to quality or fitness by usage of trade. So what should be the correct answer? Let me see if my students... yes, Ms. Lakshmi, yes, that's absolutely correct. KD Kamath case also I'll explain. Don't worry, we'll do both the case laws once again. Don't worry, Sunny and Sudhanshu and Ms. Ziba, don't worry. So I'm waiting for the answer. C, question number C will have the option A, B, C, D. What should be the correct answer? So undisturbed possession, definitely ma'am, it was also there. It should not be disturbed possession. Encumbrances, it is not an implied warranty if there is an encumbrances. So non-existence of encumbrances, then also it becomes an implied warranty. Disclosure of dangerous nature of goods, definitely you must disclose dangerous nature of goods also. Warranty as to quality of fitness by usage of trade. Now, why this kind of problem is coming in your mind, let me just take you to this particular reference of implied warranty. Definitely it should be CD, but still I want to clear the point over here, children. Just see if we went to warranty. So warranty as to undisturbed possession, all my students know, ma'am, definitely it's an implied breach of warranty if this is not fulfilled. Non-existence of encumbrances also. Warranty as to quality or fitness by his usage of trade. Now the examiner might ask you such kind of questions. Existence of encumbrances, now, so non-existence, it should not be the existence of encumbrances. See, he has asked you a twisted and turned question. Please read the question carefully. which is not the implied warranty. Undisturbed possession तो है, dangerous nature of goods भी है, quality of fitness and usage भी है, but it is a kind of implied breach of condition also. Warranty as to existence of incumbrances. So do you think existence of incumbrance should also be a warranty? So all those who have sent the answer B, actually the correct answer is answer B. So I will just check it, get it checked with the institute. Maybe some mistake. I think they have given C ka option. They have given D over here. So actually it should be C option B. Because existence of incumbrances is not an implied warranty. That means existence of non-incumbrances is an implied warranty. All right. So D, those who are saying can be held, D also, if you are talking about that, okay, D is not just an implied warranty, it is also your breach of implied condition. So warranty as to quality and fitness bhi agar nahi hota hai, that is also an implied warranty. But here he's asking which one is not an implied warranty. So all these three things breach can be implied warranty, but existence of non-incumbrances should have been the correct word. Clear ho gaya? Okay, Durgesh, co-owner is the person who is jointly owning the things. Now, a few other queries that you people have raised from your unit 4. Let's go to unit 4. That is your unpaid seller. Most of the queries of auction sale were cleared last time also, and this time also auction sale queries have been cleared. But few things I really found interesting, those you have raised. Question number 16, I think descriptive question somebody is asking, because 16 is very easy. Property shall be sold at what rate? Lowest bidder, all bidder, highest bidder, none of the above. You have to tell me, child. Question number 16, what it should be. This is page number 2.67 only. Somebody has asked a query related to that. So that is very simple, child. Will not be wasting time. Property should be sold to the highest bidder. Whosoever give the highest rate, that is selected for your bidding. Another very interesting query that I found was section 51. Somebody was asking, raising queries for section 51. So let us quickly clear that as well. Question number 6, descriptive case study. So all of you can open your study material, and we all are on page number, it's not appearing here, descriptive question number 6, page number 2.68 in your study materials. So you can just read this question and we'll discuss one of this question and then we'll go back to your presentation. Otherwise, children, it will take too long. Question number 6, all of you have to read and you have to send me the answer for this. What should be the correct answer in your viewpoint? A is an agent of a buyer who has obtained the goods from railway authorities and loaded the goods with the truck. The railway authorities received a notice from B, the seller, for stopping the goods in transit because the buyer has become insolvent. So all of my students now know that, ma'am, this particular topic relates to topic of right of stoppage in transit, unpaid seller because the buyer has become insolvent. Then we can give a notice to the railway authorities and we can stop the goods. But now what the question is, whether the railway authorities can stop the goods in transit. What we have to see over here is, are the goods still in transit? Section 50, 51, 52 needs to be applied. So A, who is an agent of the buyer, means there is no right to disposal. It has already been given to the agent. He has taken the goods and he has loaded the goods on his truck. So children, in question number 6, can we say that buyer has lawfully taken the delivery of goods? Yes or no? Can we say that buyer has taken lawful? All those who have sent the highest bidder was the correct answer for the previous one. Great. Very good, Miss Priyanka Jha, because the possession of the goods has already been transferred to the buyer's agent. So that's absolutely correct. I have not received the answers from others so far. So yes, no ma'am, because they cannot, because the transit is completed. Ustad Singh has also written same, Neha Agarwal, Gunjan Devi, Gareja, Pratindya, Arshdeep, Sunny, Janvi, Maheen. Great. I'm glad you all are trying to answer. Seller cannot exercise because the goods are given to the BIS. Bhumika is also correct. Ishan, Megha, Himanshu, Asha, Jia Patel, all of you are correct. Why child? Because the goods has already been legally transferred. So I think the child who raised the query is just wondering how to write in the exam. The study material has given you very beautifully exact descriptive answers also. So right of stoppage, first of all, they have defined what is the meaning of right of stoppage in transit. Then you will write what are the conditions important. He should have not been paid the price, buyer has become insolvent, and the goods were given to the courier. And very important condition is the goods should have not reached to the buyer. Now, in this particular question, since the goods have been obtained by the agent from the railway authorities, therefore, now railway authorities cannot stop the goods because the goods are not in transit. So for this, you all should refer to section 51. Duration of transit mein diya gaya ye point. You all should know where this line is mentioned. It's mentioned under duration of transit. So 4 points given under section 51. You all have to learn those points carefully and nicely, that you should know that if the goods are in transit, then only the right to stop in transit can be exercised and not otherwise. So here the railway authorities have already goods possession has been given. Therefore, the transit has set to come to an end. So he cannot exercise his right to stoppage in transit. Okay, child. Now many of you have sent, ma'am, question number 4 also, 5 also. So बाद में करेंगे, नहीं तो हम यही सब करते रह जाएंगे and it will take too long. I have my Speed Indian Partnership Act also complete. Now I would suggest you, I have taken up 3-4 questions directly which you have asked. Those who still have any queries, you please send your respective query. Ma'am, ये नहीं समझ आया. Please don't expect the teachers to take up full-fledged questions and explain it. But still, since I promised you, so we have discussed those kind of questions which were raised last time. Now let's move ahead under Indian Partnership Act, child. I hope you have revised what are the essential elements, how we make the partnership. So before beginning this chapter, let's have a small quiz. What are the basic essential elements? Now, Santi Ranjan Das Gupta will also get cleared with this. You have to answer me, what is the basic elements in order to conclude that yes, it is a partnership firm? What is the true test of partnership? So we did 5 essential elements: agreement, sharing of profits, business should be there, it should be a legal business, and the motive should be to earn profits, and there should be a mutual agency. Good, that's great. Those who have written, ma'am, we have revised. So now quickly give me an answer. What is the true test of partnership? What all points need to be seen in order to conclude whether it is a partnership, yes, or whether it is a partnership, whether it's not a partnership, no? What should be the correct points? Immediately send it to me, please. Rohan, Payal, Samindra, Kushi, all of you were correct in the previous answer. So Ms. Bhumika, P. Vishnu, Ananya, Jha, Rohan, Kirti, great. So all these people who are just writing Aditi Gupta, Masoom, Jia, Priya, Divyanshu, Dhavani, Naveen, Sidra, Kirti, wrong. Because we have just written, ma'am, mutual agency. That is absolutely incorrect. That is why Santi Ranjan Das Gupta versus Daisram Muzramal was not considered to be a partnership firm, because mutual agency to thi. But there was an absence of agreement. Agreement and sharing of profits is also very, very important. What did I taught you in the previous class, children? What is the true test of partnership? The true test is there must be an agreement. Agreement must be to share the profits, and the principle of agency should be present. So all those children who have just written mutual agency, that is one important factor. But those like Rohan Kamoru has written, ma'am, sharing of profits, agreement, and okay, 2 or more persons. No, you are also absolutely wrong, Rohan. You have not written about mutual agency now. So I can read Ms. Bhumika writing, ma'am, agreement, mutual agency, sharing of profits. 3 of them should be present. That is absolutely correct. Himanshu Pathak also say, ma'am, profit sharing agreement is basic element and mutual agency is conclusive proof. This is how you have to write in the exam. एक लाइन नहीं लिखकर आनी, ध्यान से क्वेश्चन सुनना है कि टीचर ने क्या पूछा है. ठीक है, अब मैं सबके आंसर्स नहीं रीड कर रही हूँ, आप लोग बहुत इंटेलिजेंट हो, सबको पता लग गया है. Sarthak, Vaishnavi, Lakshmi, Ziba, Anjana, all of you are correct. So all these three elements have to be present in order to make it a partnership firm. Now, what we did in Santi Ranjan Das Gupta, you can all refer to your study material wherein it was written that there were no records maintained, there were no provisions of opening up their bank accounts, nothing was being done. So how can we conclude that it's a partnership firm? In order to have a valid partnership firm, we have to tell them that yes, we are having proper accounts, we are having number of partners are these, all these people are shown in my books of account. Since all these things were not happening in Santi Ranjan Das Gupta, therefore it was concluded that it is no longer a partnership firm. This is what we are talking about, those who don't have books. Parties have not retained any record. So there were no records. See, children, in the second chapter, we'll be understanding relationship between partners. So I'll teach you that certain books of accounts need to be maintained in partnership firm. आपने मान लिया, बोल दिया एग्रीमेंट मैम ओरल थी बिकॉज हरलीन मैम ने बताया था एग्रीमेंट राइटिंग में भी हो सकती है, ओरल में भी, तो हमने तो ओरल बना ली. बट एटलीस्ट देयर शुड बी सम रिकॉर्ड्स ऑफ द बैंक अकाउंट्स एंड अदर टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस ऑफ द पार्टनरशिप. व्हाट इज द profit sharing ratio? Nothing was maintained. And also they have not intimated the deputy director about their new created partnership. Therefore, law held in this particular one that we don't just have to see the mutual agency relationship. Mutual agency must be present. That is for sure. That is the one principle which helps to conclude that it is a partnership or not. But that doesn't mean that the basic agreement and sharing of profit should only be missing. क्लियर हो गया संती रंजन? एंड केडी कामत में क्या था? केडी कामत में डिफरेंट स्टोरी थी. उसमें म्यूचुअल एजेंसी के बेस पे हमने प्रूफ करा. What happened in KD Kamath? KD Kamath is actually the case law in which KD Kamath has gone to the income tax officer for getting his firm registered as a partnership firm. So income tax officers had a debate with them. They said, no, it's not a partnership firm. You are only, making an agreement, but you are the only having power and control in your hand. Everything is being operated by you. तो हमें तो ये sole proprietorship लग रही. What was the reason of fight between KD Kamath and the income tax officer? KD Kamath went to the income tax officer for getting KD Kamath and company registered as the partnership firm. But these people of income tax officers, they said, no, you are the sole proprietor because you have the entire power and control in your hands, and the bank accounts are also operating on your name, and you are also doing all the borrowing powers are in your name. So these two essential conditions, we cannot conclude that it's a partnership. So they had a fight, they went to district court, they went to Supreme Court, ITAT गए, तो finally वो Supreme Court पहुंच गए. तो अब जब Supreme Court पहुंचे तो उन्होंने कहा कि क्या केडी कामत ने एग्रीमेंट करा हुआ है बाकी पार्टनर्स के साथ? हाँ जी मैम करा हुआ है. क्या एग्रीमेंट शेयरिंग ऑफ प्रॉफिट्स के लिए? यस मैम शेयरिंग ऑफ प्रॉफिट्स के लिए. आर दे ईच अदर मेकिंग ईच अदर लायबल? If KD Kamath is doing something, are the other partners also liable for his actions? It was held, yes, they are also liable. Therefore, this will be covered as a partnership firm because all the essential elements given under Section 4 are being met. Hence, it is concluded that it's a partnership firm. So these kind of case studies can be given to you like descriptive stories, children. Those who keep asking, ma'am, can we leave anything from the study material? Can we leave these topics? So the answer to all of them is no. Because a small line, a small case study given can also become your descriptive question in the exam. All right, children. So those who were asking, ma'am, partnership versus company, I hope all the points are clear. Number of members also be discussed. Somebody wanted to see the slide. I hope you don't have any doubts now in this. I think we have discussed co-ownership also. Association was also discussed. Joint Hindu family, I have taken 4 basic points which were very important from the study material. You can go through the other important points as well, which are given in your study material. Yes, Mr. Kaime, that is also correct. You can write your answers in your own words. But in descriptive case study, all of you children, please make a note. The answer should be written in 3 small paragraphs. Number 1, a concerned provision. Number 2, the facts of the case, which are given in the question by the examiner. And 3rd paragraph should be of the conclusion. And where there are direct questions, there are no facts of the case, then you can write your answer in your own language. So Janvi, where we are just simply saying that what is the conclusive evidence to confirm whether it's a partnership firm or not, then yes, mutual agency is conclusive evidence. बच्चे आपको समझना पड़ेगा, अगर मैं बोलूं सिर्फ agreement and sharing of profits है in like in this MCQ particular one, here I told you the true test for partnership is mutual agency. But right now the question I asked you, what are the principles, section 6 principles to be applied in order to conclude whether you're a partnership or not? So mutual agency has not to be seen blindly, just the principle of mutual agency. Here I'm typically asking you section 6 analysis where 3 functions have to be clearly applied in order to conclude it's a partnership firm. Okay. Yes, you can write in your own language also, Mr. MD. Definitely, Lakshita, that can be done if you have learned and revised well. All right, children, we have done the MCQs also. Now let's proceed to the partnership deed. So those who are writing, ma'am, partnership deed, what is partnership? Devesh Soni is saying, can we say Santiranjan case is an example of sole proprietor? Definitely, child. I think this is the reason that they gave him, that you're running the business since no records were being maintained. So it was very difficult to conclude that whether you have any partnership with anyone else or not. All right. Definitely, Ms. Arshdeep, we'll try to pick up a specific session on that as well. Yes, Anshita, you can write the provisions in your own language. Sections are not compulsory. But if you just miss out some, but the provision should be correct. So if you're writing the provision correct and it makes sense and it is related to the question, then you can write it in your own language. Now, children, what is the meaning of partnership deed? All my commerce students, those who have studied in BCom also and 11th, 12th also, you know that the partnership is formed in an agreement, and this written agreement that we are forming, the document which contain all the terms, you have to make a partnership deed, right? What all the terms we have entered, whether it is a fixed partnership or it is a particular partnership, किस तरह की हमने partnership करी. अब अगर tomorrow A, B and C, they are very good friends, okay? And they thought that let's earn money through a business. Let's start a business of clothing. And they signed an agreement and started doing partnership agreement in the clothing business. So children, tomorrow at the end of the month, they had a profit of 10,000. Can we say that A had this business idea, so all the profits should be taken by A alone? What should be done with this profit? They were just friends and they decided that now we are opening the partnership firm. Don't you think there should be some document or reference to be seen that how this profits of 10,000 to be shared? Can we just say that 5,000 A will take and balance 2,500 should be given to B and C? अपनी मर्जी से हम कुछ भी conclude कर सकते हैं. ऐसे तो फिर हर महीने लड़ाई होती रहेगी. कौन कितने profits खाएगा? Don't you think we have to write it down somewhere? We have to decide the terms and conditions between each other. So basically, partnership deed in writing is not compulsory, but it is important to avoid any disputes. ये वाले लड़ाई झगड़े, जैसे मैंने अभी आपको समझाया, 10,000 अगर ए ने बोला हमने तो कोई रिटर्न एग्रीमेंट करी नहीं है, सारे 10,000 प्रॉफिट्स मैं ले जाता हूँ because it was my business idea. Next month, B and C started fighting that every time you cannot take, now we are going to take all the profits. So don't you think disputes जो लोग पूछ रहे हैं क्या होता है, means लड़ाई झगड़ा. So आपके लड़ाई झगड़े शुरू हो जाएंगे, आपको समझ ही नहीं आएगा पार्टनरशिप कैसे करनी है. Children, I told you partnership is based on which principles? It is based on the principle of mutual trust and faith and confidence. We have to have trust between each other, then only we can run the business together. So if that trust is only gone, we are just fighting on small issues, we are not happy with the way profits are being handling, there is no profit sharing ratio, then I'm sorry, there is no partnership between us. Do you think that suppliers would like to make any contract with the firm in which the partners themselves are only fighting? नहीं हो सकता ना. So इस करके वो कहते हैं कि कभी कोई disputes होते हैं. अब suppose B and C got very angry that this Mr. A has taken all the profits home. What will they do? They will go to the court. When they will go to the court, how can you prove your point? Don't you think you need to show some written things? See, this was written in the agreement that ABC will share the profits 1:1:1, that is equal. Now we're not getting anything. सो वो लॉ में कहते हैं कि कुछ प्रूफ देने के लिए, कुछ साबित करने के लिए अगर आपको अदालत में, कोर्ट में जाना पड़ता है, तो हमेशा रिटन डॉक्यूमेंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, क्योंकि फिर तो आप वो लेटर हेड पे उन्होंने एग्रीमेंट बनाई हुई है, डीड बनाई है, तो आपको सिर्फ वो प्रोड्यूस करनी है और अपनी बात बतानी है. पर ओरल में यू हैव टू कलेक्ट सो मेनी सर्कमस्टांसेस, फैक्ट्स एंड डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशंस. So that's why it says it is preferable the agreement should be in writing, so that tomorrow if you have any disputes, you can produce this written agreement in the court and settle down your things. So all the document which contain all the terms of the partnership is known as partnership deed. उनका कैसा relationship रहेगा, कौन suppliers के साथ dealing करेगा, क्या profit sharing ratio रहेगी, ये सब चीजें partnership deed में लिखी होती है. And it is stamped by the Indian Stamp Act, and all the partners will also sign. Why all the partners needs to sign? Because they have to show their agreement to all the conditions that we have decided now. So all the partners will sign, not just one or two partners, all the partners of the firm should sign the partnership deed. What all the clauses are contained in the partnership deed? Name of the parties. So we'll tell these are the partners. These are the parties. संती रंजन दास गुप्ता में तो कोई रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं था, कौन है पार्टनर्स पता ही नहीं. नेचर ऑफ बिजनेस, किस तरह का बिजनेस कर रहे हो, सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री है, iron and steel hai, are you dealing in clothing, what kind of business you have, the nature has to be defined in the partnership deed. What is the meaning of duration of partnership? एक दिन की पार्टनरशिप है, एक साल की है, 2 दिन की है, 15 years की है, कितने टाइम की है, ड्यूरेशन क्या है? ड्यूरेशन मीन्स टाइम पीरियड. So this time period, if it is defined, it is known as fixed partnership. If it is not defined, then it is partnership at will. अभी इसके बाद वाला टॉपिक करेंगे, उसमें डिटेल में समझाऊं. Name of the firm, you will also tell ABC Associates, this is the name of my firm. What is the meaning of capital? पता है आपको कैपिटल क्या होती है? अकाउंट्स में पढ़ा हुआ है आपने. जितनी भी पार्टनर्स इन्वेस्टमेंट लेकर आएंगे, the amount invested by the partners. So if A is bringing 50,000, B is bringing 60,000 from home, C is bringing 15,000 from home. So they should know what capital each partner has bought in and what kind of contribution they are making. Share of partners in profit sharing ratio. कई बारी capital ratio में profit share करते हैं, कई बारी profit sharing ratio अलग से दी होती है. And if it is silent, then it should always be equal. Banking, account, firms, books of accounts. If the ABC Associates have opened up a bank account with Axis Bank, then they should mention that this is my firm's account number. This is the basic account in which, this is my current account in which the entire business is being done. Okay. Powers of the partners. What is the meaning of powers of the partners? Do you think certain powers are given to the partners? All the rights, duties, powers, क्या-क्या उन्हें rights दिए गए हैं, क्या-क्या उन्हें permissions हैं exercise करने के लिए, all these powers should also be mentioned in the partnership deed. Say for example, wherein it is written in the partnership deed that A can make a purchases up till rupees 10,000 from a particular dealer. If it is written, I have given the power that A can only make the purchases up till 10,000 from a particular buyer, and if tomorrow this A makes the purchases of rupees 15,000, does he has this much power to exercise? Law says no. In this case, we will refer to the partnership deed. If power has not been given, he cannot exercise this much power unless and until it is authorized or given in the agreement. Children, what is the meaning of retirement? कोई पार्टनर किस तरह से रिटायर होएगा, एज के फैक्टर से रिटायर होएगा या फिर कितने टाइम पीरियड बाद रिटायर होएगा, ये सब भी पार्टनरशिप क्लॉज में लिखा होता है. Expulsion of partner is very, very important topic. When we go to this topic, I'll make you understand what is the meaning of expulsion. Expulsion is a very harsh word used in partnership. It means to throw out a partner from the firm. If a partner has done such a kind of a crime which is not at all absolutely acceptable in the firm, you can also expel a partner. But you can do so only if there is partnership deed is mentioning something related to expulsion of partners. Then if the deed is mentioning that tomorrow if you don't work well or you do such crimes, you can also be expelled. Death of a partner, ये भी लिखना है उसमें कि अगर किसी पार्टनर की डेथ होती है तो फिर आगे क्या होएगा, फर्म कंटिन्यू रहेगी, एंड होएगी या फिर डिसोल्यूशन हो जाएगी. How the dissolution needs to be happen, there should be terms related to that as well. And provisions of sale and commission, if any, payable to partners. डिसोल्यूशन ऑफ फर्म तक सबको समझ आ गया. कल को अगर आपने पार्टनरशिप करनी है तो आपने सिंपली एग्रीमेंट्स में क्लॉजेस डालने हैं कि एबीसी हम पार्टनर्स हैं, हमने प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो डाल दिया, हमने कैपिटल डिसाइड कर ली, पावर्स दे दी एक दूसरे को, एंड डिसोल्यूशन ऑफ फर्म भी डिसाइड कर लिया. अभी इस तरह से हमारी फर्म डिसॉल्व होगी. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ डिसोल्यूशन ऑफ फर्म? हाउ डज इट कम्स टू एन एंड? प्रोविजन फॉर सैलरीज एंड कमीशन का मतलब क्या हुआ यार? अगर हम बोले ये 3 पार्टनर्स थे, मिस्टर ए, बी एंड सी, and Mr. A is very intelligent in handling of accounts also. So these A, B and C who are the partners, they thought of hiring a chartered accountant to see their accounts and everything. But since A is having a very good knowledge, so he said, I will do additional work of accounting also in my firm. So B and C decided that since A is doing a work as a manager or as an accountant also, so we should give him certain salary and commission also from the profits of the business. So now this A, being a partner, can also earn salary in his own partnership firm for the additional work of managerial remuneration or whatever extra work that he's doing in the firm. Clear ho gaya, children? Everyone is clear about partnership deed now. Where is your types of partners? Types of partnership kahan chala gaya hamara? Yes. Kinds of partnership. Now we'll start with kinds of partnership, and then after that we'll go on the types of partners. Let me just see if everyone is clear. There are no queries. Okay. Good. Those who have given the answers in between questions that I was asking. That's nice. All right. Now, kinds of partnership, children, there are 2 different kinds of partnership. One are regarding the duration, and second are due to the content or extent of business. What is the meaning of duration? I just now told you the time period. So according to duration, there are 2 different types of partnership. Partnership for a fixed period or partnership at will. Okay, now all of you will listen very carefully. We'll just do it as a kind of quiz because it's very simple and I would like to check how open your minds are. So partnership for a fixed period, समझते हैं पहले. A and B 2 partners हैं. At least 2 minimum you need for forming any partnership. So A and B are partners and they decided on 5th of August that let's do a partnership for 8 years. So in 22, they met and they said that till 5th August 2030, we will be doing this partnership for. Or maybe for 5 years. Okay. 8 years zyada ho jayega. So we said that we both will be partners in the firm. Why the cursor is not moving? And they decided that we will be partners from starting from 5th of August till 22 से लेकर 27 तक उन्होंने डिसाइड करा. Just a second children. हाँ जी. So उन्होंने कहा 2022 से लेकर हम 2027 तक अपनी पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म रखेंगे. 5 years हो गए ना. So 5th of August 2022 पे A and B ने पार्टनरशिप शुरू करी and on 5th of August 2027 में this partnership will come to an end. Now what have I done? I have fixed a period in this partnership firm. Law says where you have decided the time. Determination of time का मतलब होता है time decide करना. हमने determine कर लिया, हमने fix कर लिया. Determination of time means fixing the time for which we are going to do the partnership. So this kind of partnership, which we have decided that from 5th August 2022, we'll do the partnership for 5 years. So on 5th August 2027, rather on 4th August 2027, the partnership will come to an end. अब आगे ध्यान से सुनना story. A and B became so good friends that they really enjoyed doing this business for 5 years. And all my students just answered, yes, ma'am, it's a partnership. That is a fixed partnership because we have fixed the time period. Now on 5th August 2027, they were so happy with each other that they said, let's continue the partnership. What did they say? They said that let's continue this partnership. I'm really enjoying doing the business with you and I want to do more business with you. So let's continue this partnership. This time they do not fix any period. This time they do not fix any period. What kind of partnership we will call to this, wherein you have not fixed any duration? It becomes partnership at will. What is the meaning of will? Will means आपकी मर्जी से, आपकी choice से. अब ये A and B चाहे 2 दिन और partnership रखें, चाहे 10 दिन और रखें, चाहे 10 साल के लिए रखें partnership, they are free to choose the period of partnership. Why? Because they did not fix the period. So if we decide to continue the partnership without fixing any period, without determining the time period, then this partnership is known as partnership at will. अब ये A and B की will के ऊपर है कि जितना टाइम उनको अच्छा लगेगा वो पार्टनरशिप रखेंगे और जब नहीं अच्छा लगेगा, जब डिफरेंसेस स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे, डिस्प्यूट स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे या बिजनेस लॉस में जा रहा होगा, वो पार्टनरशिप अपनी चॉइस से बंद कर सकते हैं. So what are the two categories on the basis of partnership for a fixed period? On the basis of duration, fixed partnership, and second is partnership at will. So all of you have to answer me now. Okay, you all have to answer me. Bala Sajjan Lakshmi, you can ask the specific point if you have not understood anything. Sanjana, expulsion we will be covering when we talk about the expulsion of partnership. Even insolvency, Lakshita will be covered there. In that particular topic, the partnership deed, we have just simply given the reference that expulsion of partner, the word should be mentioned. What is the meaning of expulsion? To throw out a partner from the partnership firm, to ask him to leave the organization. किसी को जैसे हम, like we say in the school, we have rusticated a student. If somebody does something really bad, we try to put him out from the school. Similarly, in partnership firm, we are using the word expulsion. It has the same meaning as if we have asked the partner to leave the firm. Okay. So now you have to answer me that if A and B have decided to start a partnership firm and they started doing the business from 7th August 2022 without fixing any time period. So what kind of partnership we will call between A and B? A and B decided to start a partnership business without fixing any time period from 7th August 2022. And they decided that on 7th August 23, now we are ending the partnership. Without fixing any time period, this started the partnership firm. And after 1 year or 2 years, they were having a quarrels and they just wind up the business. What kind of partnership was it? Excellent. Monu Singh, Kanish, Pratindya, Lisa, Ishan, all of you are correct. Himanshu Patak, Karshdeep, Bagdevi, Lakshmi, have you understood now what kind of partnership was it? It is a partnership at will. Yes, that's right. Manan, Rekha, Vaishnavi, Kanish Sharma, Manjunathan. Why? Because we have not fixed the period. It will be known as partnership at will. Simple. So partnership at will जिसमें period fixed नहीं है, and partnership fixed period वाली है partnership जिसमें period fixed है. Very good. All of you have sent the correct answer. So that's absolutely correct. Ms. Diksha Agarwal, I really like your answer that you have written in law language. Very good. Others also, those who have written partnership at will, that is also correct because there was no fixed time period. That's correct. Because there is no determination of time period and they can end the business on their will. This is also very nice. All right. Bala Sajjan Lakshmi, have you understood this point? I was waiting the answer from your side. Sakaldeep is saying if one partner tried to kill the other partner, then not just expulsion will happen, even the partner can be sent to jail also. Okay? Itna zyada crime nahi sochna aapne. Yes, Kunjan Devi, even if we don't have a written partnership, we have a oral partnership, then also it's valid. All right. So now let's move ahead. What is the meaning of particular partnership and general partnership? Everyone is clear now, fixed and partnership at will, right? Partnership at will, when it comes in descriptive, abhi aapko अच्छे से समझ आ गया. You have understood that when there is no time period. So you can get a very descriptive question also, wherein you will have to find the dates can be given to confuse you. Abhi right now, just I just said that on 7th August 2022, we started the partnership. And then, you know, in 23, we started having fights and we just ended the partnership. But we did not fix any period. So we did not fix any period was the major line to be seen. Otherwise, you would have done it wrong. Now, what is the meaning of particular partnership and what is the meaning of general partnership? General partnership, children, wherein you are doing a general business, a routine business where your liability is unlimited liability. What is the liability in case of partnership? The partnership liability is always unlimited. But a particular partnership, say A, B, and C, they were cloth merchants and they decided that let's hold a particular event. Or maybe let's take another example. A, B, and C are into education. A, B, and C are educators. They are taking classes. They have started their tuition business, and they both are into, they three are into partnership for the tuition business. Now, A, B, and C decided to hold a motivation lecture or an event for some students in Pune. So they said that let's have a particular partnership for a particular event. So for this particular event, they had a separate partnership was made that is known as particular partnership, that we'll be holding this event in Pune and we will be giving motivational lectures or any other kind of thing, some educative program. So for this, they held partnership for 3 days for this particular purpose. So law says where you're having a partnership between each other only for a particular purpose, for a particular event, then what will happen? Your liabilities will be limited to that particular event. Okay, say let's say ABC are already into this business. Mr. A has entered into a partnership with E and F. So here Mr. A's liability is unlimited in this tuition business. But here where A is doing this event with Mr. E and F for a particular purpose, for a particular period, then it will be known as a particular partnership. And here A will be liable for this firm only related to the liability for that particular event. Got it? So if I am doing any partnership with my students and we are running the business together and tomorrow we decide to hold up an exhibition at a particular place. So say, for example, it was a 1-day exhibition. So all the expenditure that was incurred will be divided among the partners who are handling that particular event for 1 day. So the extent of business where we have decided that we're doing just the business for a particular event or organization or a particular day, then all the partnership firm terms and conditions will be applicable for that shorter period of time. But here where they're doing the tuition business, Mr. A, B, and C are doing a general partnership. All the partners have unlimited liability related to that business. Now, why this problem occurs is children generally gets confused between a general partnership and partnership at will. So all of you should make this chart as well. Based on liability of partners, there are further 3 partnerships: general partnership, PT ship I have used for partnership, particular partnership, and एक और है, वो मुझे आप बताओ. There is another partnership. That is why this word general partnership bothers you, but within a minute it will become very, very simple and clear to all of you. What is the another kind of partnership based on liability? Can you tell me? Ankit Mishra, where you have promised to do for a fixed period and after that you continue. So after that, when you continue, it becomes partnership at will. Okay, Kanesh, we'll be doing a small break in between. Don't worry. Excellent. Saima, Arshti, Priyanka, Samriti, Srindi, Siddharth, Himanshu, Anchita, Bhumika, very intelligent students. All of you are very intelligent children. Samriti, Aditi, Sudhanshu. Sudhanshu, you are wrong. There is no specific partnership, but all those who gave the correct answer, so this is the correct answer, LLP, that is limited liability partnership. So why students get confused between general partnership is क्योंकि now a new concept of limited liability partnership has also come up, which means that your liability will be limited in that very partnership. You don't have unlimited liability. First of all, you should know the meaning of unlimited liability. What is the meaning of unlimited liability? You all remember, if my liability is 1 lakh and my assets were just 50,000, all my personal property, personal assets are also liable. Remember, we can sell off the personal assets of the partners and we can dispose of this liability of 1 lakh. In particular partnership, the event was for 1 lakh. Your liability is also for 1 lakh for that particular event only. Limited liability partnership, your liability is 1 lakh and your assets are just 50,000. That's it. Your liability is limited. What will happen, how they will fulfill this liability, you'll understand in the chapter of LLP. वो मैं अभी secret नहीं खोल रही. But limited liability partnership means even if your liability is huge, only the business assets will be utilized for paying off the liabilities. How the further liability gets settled, that is a secret which you learn in LLP. But here the only difference is general partnership, you have unlimited liability. In limited liability partnership, you have limited liability. And in particular partnership, you have liability limited to that particular event or adventure जो भी आप काम करने जा रहे हैं, venue, venture, sorry, venture, adventure नहीं करने जा रहे हैं. And LLP, you have limited liability in the business. Okay, so all of you just write down these points and then we'll take a small break and then you have too many MCQs on the basis of these questions. With regard to the extent of business, Khushi Kumari, this is what we are understanding regarding the business that we are doing. So if you and me have decided to open a partnership, so we are doing a general partnership for a business. आपकी agreement होगी, sharing of profits हो गया, all the points are there, we are doing a general partnership. But if we are doing the partnership only for a particular business, then it is a particular partnership. So law says on the basis of time period, you have fixed partnership and partnership at will. For the nature of business, you have limited liability, general and particular partnership. Okay. Yes, Harshit Bhatani, that's correct. Yes, Sunny, that's absolutely correct. Manish Kumar, that is the topic of death of a partner. The family member will not immediately become a partner because of the death. What happens, we'll understand in the death of partner, relationship of partners, chapter 2. Yes, Aditi Gupta, you can say the liability becomes limited to that particular event or venture. I hope you have written down all these points, children. Sole proprietor can open a company, Ms. Arshdeep. When we go to Companies Act, I'll teach you OPC, that is one person company concept. In that very case, even a single proprietor can also open up a company. So let's take a small break over here and then we'll continue the session. All right, welcome back, students. So I've gone through your queries. Most of you are still struggling between particular partnership. So those who are writing, ma'am, particular partnership means only the particular rules are applicable and it gets dissolved after the event is over. That's absolutely correct. So you and me, say me, Arshdeep and Bhumika, we decided to form a partnership and we went to Pune to hold an exhibition. Now see, this exhibition was for 3 days. So for 3 days, I have entered into partnership with Arshdeep and Bhumika, and somebody who was asking me, ma'am, extent of business. So this is my extent of business. This is my nature of business for which I have entered into partnership with them. So me, Bhumika and Arshdeep, we have decided that, okay, fine, we three will go to Pune and we will put up this exhibition. And after the end of this exhibition, that is this particular event, the partnership will automatically come to an end. So whatever expenditure was incurred in that particular partnership, whatever liabilities were, we just disposed of, paid off the liabilities and assets, everything was over and the partnership came to an end. Clear ho gaya now particular partnership, only for the particular people. But in general nature, if you are doing the partnership, what you call a normal basic partnership, hota kya partnership, jo maine aapko essential elements bataye, sharing of profits, unlimited liability, the partners are there, the deed is made, everything is there, and we are doing a routine business. In that routine business, if you have fixed the time period, it's a fixed partnership. If you have not fixed the partnership time period, then it is a partnership at will. But why studies including a separate heading? Why are they trying to tell you that there is a category of general partnership? Bacha, because now we have the concept of LLP. I would also request if the institute, we can make the changes that on the basis of liability, we have divided these three into categories. So on the basis of extent of business as well as liability, क्योंकि अब LLP भी आ गया ना liability का concept, तो वो कहते हैं general partnership में तो unlimited liability, particular partnership में particular liability till the particular event, and limited liability partnership में तो anyways it's a limited liability concept. You don't have unlimited liability. So what happens in this particular case is, let's read it from the study material as well. So it says the kinds of partnership regarding duration and extent of business. We just did these points. I hope I'm audible. We just did these points that with regard to duration means time period and extent of business. That is what kind of business we are doing. These are the 4 categories of partnership. What is the meaning of fixed partnership? Section 7 defines it. Partnership at will. So now he's giving you a negative definition. Rather than simply telling you that the fixed partnership is known as the partnership which is made for a fixed period, he is trying to tell you the partnership which is not for a fixed period and there is no provision for the determination of the partnership. Determination means कितनी लंबी चलेगी, कब तक हमने ये चलानी है, इसके लिए हमने कोई provision नहीं डाली है. That is known as partnership at will. Once we fix the duration, then it will not be, then it's a fixed partnership. When we enter into partnership for fixed term and we still decide to continue, अभी तो आप लोगों ने मुझे आंसर करा था कि मैम अगर आपने फिक्स पीरियड के बाद भी डिसाइड करा कंटिन्यू करना है without fixing a term, you all children answered me, then ma'am it becomes partnership at will. It may be dissolved by any partner by giving notice in writing to the other partners of his intention to dissolve the same. ABC and partners, they started their partnership on 7 September 2021 without fixing the time period. So कौन सी partnership होगी ये? Without fixing the time है तो it is partnership at will. Now they decide to dissolve it. On 10th October 2021, A gave a notice to B and C, let's end this partnership. Can A do so? Yes or no? Does A has the right to send a notice and dissolve the partnership? Can he do so? Excellent. Those who have written, yes, ma'am, it can be done. Why? Because it's a partnership at will. Partnership at will is formed as per your own choice, and it comes to an end also as per its own choice. Ma'am, for particular partnership, we have to make and write the information. Aditi Gupta, making a partnership deed is a choice given to the partners, whether you make it in writing or you do it in oral. Partnership deed specifically tells you about the terms and conditions of partnership. Okay. Very good. Yes, ma'am, it can be done because it's a partnership at will. Excellent. Those who have written, all of you have written the correct answers. So good. Vaishnavi Ben is saying no. Why are you saying no? Shrindi is also saying no. Achha, you can end the partnership because this is partnership at will. At will means it is as per your choice. And this is the way it gets dissolved, by giving notice in writing to all the other parties. And how will the partnership for a fixed period come to an end? That example of 2022 and 2027. So I told you in 2027, a partnership, because the period has ended, it will come to an end. If you're entering the partnership for any particular adventure or undertaking, then it is particular partnership. Constituted for a single adventure is subject to be dissolved. Simple. It will come to an end. Like abhi humne wo Pune wala event discuss kara. So after that Pune events exhibition will come to an end, the partnership will also come to an end. But if me, Bhumika and Arshdeep decided to continue the partnership for 5 years, then that particular partnership will become partnership for a fixed period. Okay? And what is general partnership? It is different from particular partnership because here liability extends to particular event. This is not the case of general partnership. Here you have unlimited liability. All right. These are all the points that we have done. Now is your test time for the MCQs. All of you have up to answer the MCQs. So a partnership at will is one which does not have a deed, which does not provide for how long the business will continue, which can never be dissolved, or which does not have any partner. Quickly tick the correct one. You have to pick up the correct one. Kanishk Sharma, you're writing my queries. Particular partnership is fixed partnership. Absolutely wrong. I told you particular partnership is for the particular event. Fixed partnership is bacha on the basis of time period. If you and me, Kanishk, we enter into partnership for 5 years, it is a fixed partnership. If you and me enter into a partnership for a particular business, say for 5 days or 3 days for a particular business, किस बिजनेस के लिए हम कर रहे हैं, क्या नेचर ऑफ इवेंट है, कितने टाइम के लिए, छोटा सा अगर हम इवेंट करें तो इवेंट एंड होने पे वो पार्टनरशिप खत्म हो रही है, दैट इज पर्टिकुलर पार्टनरशिप. फिक्स पार्टनरशिप टाइम पीरियड एंड होने पे वो पार्टनरशिप खत्म हो रही है. ओके बच्चा. Farida Amir says, and if B and C says no, yes they can because it is at will. So then they will have a fight. B and C कहेंगे हम तो नहीं खत्म करते. A will say I want to end. Then whatever the result of the quarrels will happen, that will be fine. Okay. Very good, children. B is the correct answer, which does not provide for how long the business will continue. That is partnership at will. No, Ronit, you have to do the partnership for the fixed period for the whole time. Ronit Haldar. Eighth question. Manish Karwar is asking how to prepare the business law for get good marks and how to learn it. All these things. Children, now those who are sending me queries also from unit 2, please take up this. Unit 3, please take up this. Sale of goods mein wahan chale jao. It is very difficult to leave these particular topic which is continuing and go back to somewhere else. At the end, I'll give you certain time period. That time you can send your queries. We'll again make a note, and for the next session or maybe at the last session, we'll try to take up the combined queries. Okay. And then we will discuss this, Mr. Manish, your topic also about how to attempt the answers in the exams once again. Partnership form for carrying out the particular venture or undertaking is what? Special, particular, joint, or limited partnership? Thank you, Miss Anjana. I'm glad everything is crystal clear to you. And I can make it out it's crystal clear because everyone has given me the answer for 8D. That's correct. Somebody is writing 2D. So that is Sudhanshu. Why are you saying special partnership? बच्चा मैंने आपको कोई special partnership तो करा ही नहीं है. Special partnership तो मैंने कोई word use ही नहीं करा. It is known as particular partnership because it is for a particular business. Partnership. T आना चाहिए. 8D is the correct answer. So, Mr. Abdul, how the dissolution will happen in fixed partnership, I will teach you in the chapter of dissolution of firm. Okay. Good, Mr. MD. Happy to know that everything is clear. Let's move ahead. Partnership formed without any fixed period. Now we have done a number of examples. So you all know 9th ka answer hai C, partnership at will. Okay. There were a few another MCQs. I missed about something. Have we done this one? The position of minor is same in partnership as well as in HUF, true or false. Did we do this one? I think we have done this one previously. Please, children, tell me, have we done 6th one? Or you can give me the answer for 6th one. The 6th one, position of minor is same in partnership as well as in HUF. True or false? What should be the answer for 6th one? Yes, Aditi Gupta, limited liability partnership is different from the general partnership. Children, why are you sending me the answer? Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Mr. Kaimi, that's absolutely correct when you say false. Very good. So the answer should be actually B, false. Many of you have written yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. In MCQs, you have to choose which is the correct option. So good. Isha, Vaishnavi, Kanishk, Mr. Kaimi, Rohan, Arshdeep, Ishan, Vaishnavi, Saima, Siddharth, all of you are correct, children. Okay, Rohan Kumar, I hope now this point is clear. And why it is different? Nobody made an effort to write, ma'am. Why? Because the minor in partnership cannot be a partner unless he is admitted for the benefits of partnership. However, in HUF, does a minor become member in HUF? Yes or no? When does he become? He becomes the member by birth. So, for example, there is an HUF, Hindu Undivided Family Business, and they had a son at home. A son, a baby boy, was born on 5th August 2022. Now, if a child is born in the family, will you wait till the 18 years of age for him to become a major, then he becomes a partner? Or he immediately becomes a partner on the birth? Law says immediately on the birth, he becomes the member of this Hindu Undivided Family Business. Okay. Very good, very good. Right. Minor can't be a partner in partnership firm, ma'am. Good, that's correct. Yes, Saima, I like that answer. So, but I will teach you in the further chapter relationship between partners that at times minor can be admitted in the partnership firm for the benefits, that is for the profits of the firm. Now let's quickly move to the types of partners. We have types of partners also. So these are the 7 types of partners that we are going to do. And this is one of my favorite slide to awaken my students. Those who are sleeping also can sit attentively and enjoy this slide. So do you enjoy seeing the cartoons in law presentation? When I was a student, we never had the presentation systems. We only used to study from the law. And when I used to study, I used to visualize such things. You know the meaning of visualization? Imagine karna, jaise aap agar Balfour versus Balfour basic case law padhte ho when you open the book of mercantile law, or Salomon versus Salomon and Company, or in sale of goods, you're reading any case laws. I always tell children to read these case laws as short stories. as if you're reading a storybook. I know law cannot be that exciting and interesting as a storybook, but yes, you can create an interest with your positive energy. Yes or no? We can do that, right? So when I was a student, I used to visualize like this. कि हाँ, active partner है, तो attentive है, wearing a specs and listening carefully. Sleeping है, तो शायद सो रहा होगा, firm में बैठकर might be sleeping, sitting over there. So the pictures and imagination helps you to remember the information here in your subconscious mind, and the subject becomes enjoyable. So those who keep asking them, ma'am, how to make it interesting, how to learn law, पहले तो खुद interesting बनो, खुश हो अपने subject के बारे. You have to fall in love with the subject, something which I keep telling you always. Enjoy reading it. Be happy about that you're doing CA, such a prestigious course. And law is one small subject of that. You have so many different things apart from law. So you have to be very happy about whatever you're studying and enjoy studying. And imagine that tomorrow I'm going to be a chartered accountant sitting in my office, whether a job or practice. Always have that clear goal in your mind that I will definitely be successful tomorrow. Come what may happen, let people tell me that it's very tough, you cannot clear it. I am not going to get bothered with this. I have a focused mind that tomorrow I'll be sitting in that office, earning well, and I will be so-and-so chartered accountant, so-and-so. Whether it is CA Bhumika, whether it is CA Arjdi, whether it is CA Gunjan Devi, CA Khushi, CA Pratinda, CA P Vaishno, whatever your name is, imagine yourself having those two letters in front of your name always when you're studying. So this is one biggest factor that used to help me a lot. I always used to study by writing CA Harleen Kaur on the walls of my room so that I'm staying motivated that this is something that I really want to achieve. And when you have that clear set goal in your mind, you automatically start loving the subject. But अगर इस मन से ही पढ़ना है यार, पापा ने बोल दिया CA करनी है, अब तो बस पढ़ना पड़ेगा, कहाँ फंस गए, कि क्या हो रहा है हमारे साथ, my friends are doing, that's why I'm doing, and I'm really feeling burdensome because of the subject, then interest is not going to come later. For creating an interest, start feeling happy and joyful about your subject. All right, so let's yes, Mr. Kaime, I'm glad that you like this, that I'll be CA one day, visualizing it now. Great, I'm so happy. Good, thank you, those who enjoy this kind of motivation. Yes, Avinash, that's absolutely correct. Even I like to motivate you all because children, motivation is the key to success. In CA, we just have to study, we know that, and that hard work can be put in. If someone is there to just keep us on the track, just a small push has to be there so that we don't divert from our journey. All right, now active and sleeping partners are very, very simple. Active partner, if you can just see in this picture, this person with a big nose and spectacles, he's showing you the presentations and how the data has to be formalized, means something who is actively participating in the business. Even this lady, look at her, how attentively she's sitting and doing all the paperwork and other things. And law says sometimes we have appointed sleeping partners. Just to increase the number of partners in a firm, we at times get more business. Say, for example, if a firm is having 15 partners, they will be getting a better business. So some other legal terms needs to be satisfied. So, but we are only 7 of us. So we have requested at least 1 or 2 partners to become a sleeping partners. Even if you're not coming to the office, you will be getting a share of profits. So how the active and sleeping partners are, this is basically the picture that you have to keep in mind. Let us read also what is written in the study material about the active and sleeping partners. So one, we have understood that a partner, active partner, is also known as actual partner. So whosoever is a partner in a firm is actually an active partner. So you and me opened up a partnership firm. We are doing general partnership, unlimited liability, and both of us are active partners. And we have become partners by agreement, definitely, and we will participate in the conduct of the partnership. We will do the business. We are the agent of each other, means we have the principle of mutual agency. Whatever you will do, I will be also liable. Whatever I do, you will also be held liable. And whenever you're retiring, now A and B, suppose A and B enter into partnership and they're doing general partnership and they're active partners. So if A decides to retire, A left, say A, B and C were partners. So now B and C are continuing the partnership. Remember, somebody was asking, ma'am, if B and C says no, so B and C can also continue the new partnership. Say A has got retired. So A just went out, he left the firm, and B and C are still continuing through the partnership business. Ab dhyan se sunna, listen carefully. There was a dealer, Mr. D, who was dealing with them on a continuous basis. So now Mr. A retired in the month of August, and Mr. D came in the month of September and said, and went to Mr. A. He said, your balance 5,000 was not payable. There was a transaction which was made in September. You still have to pay my 5,000 rupees. So A was very astonished. He said, I have already left the firm. Why are you coming to me now? Please go to B and C. They are running the business. So why this Mr. D went to Mr. A? Did Mr. A inform Mr. D? Mr. A will not go at the home of every person to tell that, look, I am retiring, goodbye, I will not be seen in the firm. ऐसा तो नहीं करेगा ना वो. But law कहते हैं आप एक काम करो, आप newspaper में एक public notice दे. Why don't you just simply give a notice to the public that now you are retiring from the firm? So giving a public notice in laughing terms or humor term can be saying a goodbye. So you should issue a public notice in the newspaper or magazine that now Mr. A has retired, so that he can get free himself, absorb himself means free himself from all the liabilities done after his retirement. So if A has given a public notice, then in September, whatever transactions were done by Mr. D with 5,000 rupees, A will not be held liable. But if A remains silent and he fails to give the public notice, then yes, Mr. A will have to pay 5,000 rupees as well. Because he'll be holding liable him, na? Because if he fails to give the public notice, then he'll be assumed to continue in the partnership form. समझ आ गया? So दो important points क्या है active partner के? Number one, he is actively participating in the business. Number two, on retirement, he should give a public notice so that all the people who are dealing with the firm should know that this Mr. A is now no longer partner in the firm. But does a sleeping partner need to give public notice? क्या sleeping partner को जरूरत है public notice देने के लिए? You tell me why sleeping partner is required to give the public notice. Why? Thank you, Anshita, MD, Ziba, Arshdeep, Samir. Thank you, Bhumika. I'm glad. Vaishnavi, thank you. P. Vishnu. Absolutely. CA Lakshmi and CA Balasajan Lakshmi as well. Everyone will definitely become CA. Definitely, Mr. Chetan, why not? So now you send me answers. Neha says no, ma'am, because he was not engaged in the business. P. Vishnu says no, because he was not active. Siddharth says no, Aditi says no, but I'm asking why. So these are also quite good reasons, that because he's not giving notice, because he's not doing business. But I want a better answer. Yes, Siddharth Kumar is great. Good. Priyanka Jha is also right. Shrindi is also right. Because, ma'am, he was not known to the outsiders as a partner. This is what I'm actually looking for. So, Aditi Gupta, you're right when you're saying that he's not actively participating and he leaves, the business will not be affected. But I'm asking why not the public notice? Because he was not known to the people as a partner. No. मिस्टर डी को तो पता ही नहीं था कि ए अगर स्लीपिंग पार्टनर है, तो उसको थोड़ी ना पता है ये स्लीपिंग पार्टनर है. क्यों नहीं पता है? बिकॉज यू आर नॉट डूइंग पब्लिक डीलिंग्स. सो हियर इन सच अ केस ही इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू गिव अ पब्लिक नोटिस. बट विल द स्लीपिंग पार्टनर शेयर द प्रॉफिट्स? Yes, he will share the profits and he will be held liable to third parties also. So sleeping or dominant partner, those who were asking in the beginning of class, who is dominant partner? Dominant means sleeping. Somebody who is quiet, somebody who is not active. So dominant has been used for the sleeping partner only. He becomes a partner by agreement. B and C were running the partnership firm. They needed one another partner. They hired Mr. A, introduced him with agreement as a sleeping partner. So now Mr. A will not be participating in the conduct of business, but Mr. A will share the profits and losses and Mr. A will be personally also held liable. Why? Because the principle of mutual agency always exists between the partners. चाहे आप active partner हो, चाहे आप sleeping partner हो, your liability is always unlimited. So active partner में you have written down active partner participates in the business, unlimited liability, shares the profits, retirement notice to be given. Here you can make your brief point. Sleeping partner becomes a partner by agreement, does not participate in the business of the firm, but he shares the profits. Yes, ma'am, he shares the profits. He has unlimited liability. Yes, ma'am, he has unlimited liability, but no requirement of giving the public. वैसे notes बना लेना. Sleeping partner is no requirement of giving the public notice. Who is a nominal partner? A person who lends his name without having any real interest. अब वो कह रहे हैं उसको business में कोई इतना interest नहीं है, ना ही उसे profits खाने हैं. He is not even taking the profits. He is not even investing in the firm, nor he is participating in the conduct of the firm. But still he is held liable to the third party. Now, nominal partner is somebody who is having a very good reputation, and that person at times lends his name. So, for example, there is Mr. N, who is quite great businessman. He is very well known in the city. So now ABC partner said that please can we include you as a partner in a firm? So Mr. N said, I don't want any kind of profits. I am already earning well. So why do you want to introduce me? They said, because your name, Mr. N is so well known in the industry. We'll get more business because of your name. So why don't you become nominal partner in a firm? So then this Mr. A also joined their firm as a nominal partner. So now he's just lending his name. He's not actually doing any business. He's not having any real interest in the firm. Neither N is getting any profits. But can N held liable to the acts of the firm? Definitely yes. Why? Because the firm is getting business because of his name only. When A, B, and C went to have a dealing with Mr. D, they told them that N is also a partner with us. That's why they got a very big deal. So now since they have got the deal by using N's name, by using the nominal partner's name, therefore, liability of Mr. N will be unlimited. Okay. So here he lends his name, does not have interest, does not share the profits, not participating, and yes, he has unlimited liability. So active partner unlimited liability, sleeping partner also unlimited liability, nominal partner also liable to the third parties for the acts of the firm. That means he also has unlimited liability. अब ये आता है partners in profits only. This can be the example of minor who is generally appointed for the benefits of the partnership. He is only entitled to the profits. Or maybe A, B, and C are doing business, and Mr. D said, I also want to join you, but I want to be participating only in the profits. Now, ma'am, why should we allow him only for the profits? So law says if there is an agreement, if the partner has decided that, okay, Mr. D will only be getting the profits, then he will only eat the profits of the firm. He will never be held liable for the losses of the firm. But will Mr. D has unlimited liability? Here, Mr. D's liability will also be limited for all the acts of the profits. So if A, B, and C are doing a business, say for example, they earned a profit of 10,000 and they have equal profit sharing ratio, then all of them will get 2,500, 2,500, 2,500 each. And from the transaction out of which this profit has come, any payments to be made for this particular profit transaction, Mr. D will be held liable. But any other transactions due to which the firm is having losses, Mr. D will never be liable for the losses because he is a partner in profits only. So learn करने वाली बात क्या है? Partners in profits only. Number one, by agreement, you can become a partner by profit only. In such a case, number one, you only get the profits. Number two, you are not liable for losses. And your liability is limited to the acts of the profits. So whatever actions taken by the firm out of which the firm is earning profits, partner in profit will be liable, but not for any other transactions. Incoming partner. Incoming partner means admission of a partner in the firm. Remember in accounts we have done about admission. So when a new partner joins the firm, he is known as incoming partner. And how can he join the firm? Only with the consent of all other partners. So ABC are the partners. Now I'm going to take your test from this example. This we have never done previously also. Just now it came in my mind. ABC are partners in the firm and D was appointed in the firm on 5th September 2021. So Mr. D is known as incoming partner, ma'am. You just now told us a new partner is joining the firm and A, B and C has consented. Yes, you can join. So he is joining the firm on 5th September 2021. Now listen carefully. Will Mr. D be liable for all the acts of the firm done before 5th September 2021? Yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am? Can we hold Mr. D liable for all the actions of the firm or all the liabilities of the firm done before 5th September? Yes or no? He's a new partner. He's joining my firm. Don't you think that he should be liable also? Rohan Kumar, it will depend upon the agreement. Sleeping partner might have to contribute to the capital. He is also entitled to the share of profits. The only thing is that he's not required to give a public notice. Thank you so much, Mr. Sheikh Wasula. I'm glad you are liking the teaching and you're enjoying the class. Glad to know that. Ms. Aditi Gupta, sometimes we need someone, a people of a reputation, a back from the person due to which we can get a good business. So in that case, we can appoint a nominal partner. Very good. Those who have written Vansh, Shindi, Pooja, Arsha, Kanishk, Isha, Priya Pandit, P. Vishnu, Bhumika, you all are correct. Aditi Gupta, Farida, Bhavna, Lakshita, Vaishnavi, Faizan, Ziba, Mr. Kaimi, Harnoor, Kanishk, Sheikh, Isha, Saima, Pranita, all of you are correct. No, ma'am. Why? Because D was not a partner in the business before 5th September. He will only be liable for all the actions of the firm done after this date of 5th September. Anything done by the firm, it is written very clearly. Incoming partner, that means the new partner will never be liable in the firm for any acts done before his admission. Similarly, outgoing partner, I taught you after you have retired, you only remain liable unless you have given a public notice. The example that we just did in the beginning, if A, B and C are partners and Mr. A are retiring, yes, Sonali, your answer was correct. Sonali Gavde, your answer was correct. Avinash, Anjana, Diksha, Priyanshu, all of you are correct. Achha? Okay, now, so I told you that A, B and C are three partners. If A is retiring, A will be held liable to Mr. D, supplier in our case, only if he has not given the public notice. But if he has given the public notice, then he will not be held liable. Good, Nikhil Soni. Farida is saying, explain the liability of partners in profits only. I will just take up. No, ma'am, he is not liable for any transaction even. Yes, that's right, Mr. Chetan. Okay, so Farida Amir wants to understand why he is liable. So where we did profits, partner in profit only, I told you that partner will only get the profits and he's not liable. So if the firm earned losses, Mr. D, who is appointed as partner in profits only, will not be held liable. But as far as liability is concerned, so out of all the profitable transactions that the firm is doing, so if I did a transaction with Mr. D, say for example, A, B or C are firm members and Mr. A is partner in profit only. So now if I did a transaction with Mr. D, I purchased goods for 10,000 and let's assume I'm selling it for 15,000. So I made a profit of 5,000. All right. So now out of this 5,000, Mr. A is a partner in profit only, he will get a share. But these 10,000 purchases that were made, A will also be held alive. So any transaction out of which we are earning profits, Mr. A, partner in profit, will also be held liable. All right. Now comes your last topic for today and section 28. पहले तो इसके आगे लिख लो. Very, 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 very important. One of my favorite topic, and I really imagine that students might get a descriptive question from this chapter in section 28, because it is again like a story that you have to understand. The word estoppel is again coming. You learned this word estoppel and minus chapter in Indian Contract Act. You heard about this word in the Sale of Goods Act also. Again, partnership can also be by estoppel. So let me make you understand with one of your names only. So Miss Vagdevi, I made you join as a partner. Yes, Mr. Naveen, that is a correct example of nominal partner. Mr. Ishan, only for his fame name that we are using, that's why he might join us a nominal partner. He might be at times paid also something that is just upon the personal agreement between the partners. But what law says that he can still be held liable, but he's not entitled to the profits. Estoppel means acknowledgement. Yes, Miss Anjana. So, किसका नाम लिया था मैंने? Yes, Miss Vagdevi. So, if I am a partner with ABC partners. ABC partners in a firm, and they went for a meeting with Miss Vagdevi. She's the client. Okay, Miss Vagdevi is the client, and Miss Aditi was standing over there with A, B, and C. Now, A, B, and C are the partners in a firm. Aditi is friend of Mr. A, and they are doing a client meeting with Vagdevi. Vagdevi is a client. Now, while they were having a dealing with Vagdevi, Aditi was also talking and speaking a lot about ABC's business. And Aditi also highlighted in such a way that as if I am the partner in the firm. And Vagdevi was so impressed in the conversations happened with Aditi that she did the business transaction with ABC firm. Now, children, did I tell you that Aditi was a partner in the firm or not? I said, no, he's not a partner. No, she's not a partner. But because of such a dealing in which she has assumed herself to be the partner in the firm, or Vagdevi was believing that Aditi is a partner, nobody spelled out anything. Everyone remained silent from saying that Aditi is not a partner. And the business transaction has happened. Then Aditi becomes partner by estoppel. In such a case, this person who is doing business transactions, even not being a partner, will be considered to be a partner by holding out or partner by estoppel. Let us read what is written. When a person represents himself, in our case, what was Aditi doing? Aditi was representing herself in such a way, or knowingly permits himself. What is the meaning of permit karna? A, B, and C are saying to Vagdevi that, look, Aditi is our partner. So Aditi remained silent. Don't you think she has accepted that, yes, 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 I am a partner? So she has permitted the other partners to introduce her as a partner. What has she done herself and or allowed others to be represented as a partner in the firm, when in fact he is not? Then she will become liable like a partner in the firm to anyone who on such faith gave the credit to the firm. अब example खत्म नहीं हो. Suppose Vagdevi ने जो इनके साथ dealing करी, she has supplied them the material up till rupees 10,000. Giving a credit to the firm means they have done a transaction, business transaction happened. Now, can Vagdevi recover rupees 10,000 from Aditi also? Is she, Aditi, liable as a partner? Yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am? You have to tell. Can we hold her liable? Yes, ma'am, we can hold her liable. Why? Because Aditi has become partner by holding out. She remained silent. Others believed that she is a partner. Others were allowed to believe that she has represented herself as a partner. Therefore, in both the cases, whether you speak by your words or by your conduct, in our case, it was by conduct, by the behavior, that the way she was dealing, it was induced. Vagdevi believed that she is a partner. Now, whatever material Vagdevi has supplied, she can recover that material money from Aditi as well, because she is presumed to be a partner by holding. Let's read this small example and then we'll come to an end of this chapter. X and Y are partners in partnership firm. X introduced a manager, as his partner to Z. A remained silent. Z, a trader, believing A as a partner, supplied 100 TV sets. Now this Z, who is a client over here, he was so impressed and doing a business with Mr. A as a partner that he gave them 100 TV sets on credit. On credit means udhar par de diya, money was still to be paid. After the expiry period, Z did not get the money for the TVs sold. Z filed a suit, means filed a case against X and A for the recovery of money. Can you hold Mr. A, the manager, also liable? Law says he will also be held liable because he became a partner by holding out. If you're making such a representation and the other person has acted on that representation, then he can enforce the liability, means he can file a suit against you for making the payment. But there is a very interesting line written over here. It says, for the purpose of fixing the liability led another, it is not necessary to show that it was actuated by a fraudulent transaction. Okay, it is not necessary to prove that certain fraud has happened. It is to given under section 28 only that once you have acted, there is no such fraud. It will be assumed that you are partner by holding up. What happened in this example number 5? It says a partnership firm consisting of P, Q, R, and S. S is retiring from the firm without giving public notice, and his name is still being continued to be used on letterheads. Can you hold S liable to the creditors? Law says definitely yes, he will be held liable by holding out to creditors who have lent on the faith of him being a partner. तो कहते हैं अगर आपने नोटिस भी नहीं दिया तब भी होल्डिंग आउट से स्टॉपर से आप पार्टनर हो, बिकॉज यू आर साइलेंट ना, यू हैव नॉट इन्फॉर्म्ड एवरीवन दैट यू हैव लेफ्ट द फर्म. So now you still continue to be liable to the outsiders unless and until you issue a public notice. Okay, there's one small point I want to take up from the presentation also. So all these types of partners, nominal partners, abhi bhi kai log lost hai. Simple ye wale points you have to remember. If I am having a good reputation, I am lending you my name, I'm not having any interest in your firm. You approached me that please ma'am lend us your name because we can get more business by using your name. I will still be held liable to the outsiders because I am being a partner in a firm. So these are the points that you have to remember. Person is permitting himself to be known. One small point you can add over here is, in case the person withdraws his consent. So in case Mr. A, B, and C are partners and Mr. D is acting as a partner. Say for example, D has become a partner by holding out. Okay, let's take the same example. Like Aditi has become a partner by holding out when she was doing a transaction with Vagdevi. Now here, if Aditi, before finalization of the deal, if she says that, no, look, Vagdevi, you can supply them the material, but I am not a partner with A, B, and C. In that case, section 28 will not be applicable. Aditi will not become a partner. So if she speaks up, she clears it out before the transaction ended, then she will not become a partner by holding out. But if she remains silent, others also chupchap baithe rahe, mante rahe that she is a partner, then she will be held liable like a partner in the firm. To anyone means to person who has given the credit to the firm. All right, children. So I think by this we come to an end. We have already done the MCQs also. So we still have 10 minutes. Now we can take all the queries. Permits means, Mr. Sheikh, permits means to allow, to give the permission to the other person to say that, fine, this is a part. Anjana is asking when Aditi will be liable. If Vagdevi has supplied the amount for rupees 10,000 and if the firm does not make the payment, then Aditi will also be held liable to pay that 10,000. Okay, now let me see what you have sent in the queries. In public notice is given on the admission to the outsiders are aware. Diksha Agarwal, Public notice has to be given when you are retiring. When you are joining of the firm, then what kind of written intimation is given, that is part of your registration of firm. But please understand, for retirement, you have to give public notice. Miss Shrindi Revankar is asking, what is the meaning of being liable to third parties? Very interesting. If they say I'm asking you to write down unlimited liability and you're still lost, what is liable? So what liable to third parties means that I have to make the payment to the third parties. Who is the third party? Say A, B, and C are the partners in a firm and they are dealing with Mr. D. So this Mr. D is known as third party. जिसके साथ फर्म अपना बिजनेस कर रही है, डील कर रही है, ट्रांजेक्शंस कर रही है, वो बाहर वाले बंदे को कहते हैं थर्ड पार्टी. ए, बी एंड सी ने डी से सामान परचेज करा. They have purchased from D worth rupees 50,000. Now A, B, and C, three of them are liable, means they have to make the payment of rupees 50,000 to Mr. D. And in the principle of mutual agency, my students understood that D can recover the money from either A, B, or C, anyone. Definitely, you can revise your contempt. Even if you have missed upon the previous attempt, one of the student has written that the second attempt is going to come. It's absolutely fine, child. Even if you revise now and you start studying sincerely by making your proper notes and keep revising and being on track, definitely you can clear your exams this time. All the best to you. Don't worry. Rohan Kumar, when I take you after partnership, I'll take you to that mock test papers, and there I'll clear you what kind of percentage of marks come from this chapter. Mansi Sharma, sub partner, we are yet to do that. Don't worry. Durgesh Gupta is saying thank you for the enjoyable, motivational, and understandable class. Thank you so much, Durgesh. Thank you, Neha Agarwal. Example 4, page number 3.13. So, Lakshita, I'm going to note down the questions that you people are sending me now. Just give me a second. So now you can send me your questions, children. Those who had certain queries, ma'am, ये वाला point बताना है, ये MCQ करना है. I will note them and then in next class we'll do. Page number 3.13, example 4. Okay, we'll try taking up. Even we have time right now. All right, this is we just read right now. Lakshita, what did you not understand? Please ask in this one. We can take up this one right now as well. So Lakshita is asking example number 4. ये तो हमने बच्चा अभी करा ना, X and Y are partners in a partnership firm. This is particularly the case of partner by holding out. Here, Mr. A was actually not a partner. He was just a manager. And when X and Y went for the meeting with the dealer Z, A also went along. So A was actually praising a lot about the television sets, and he was showing as if he's actively a partner in the firm. And now X introduced A as his partner. So X ने भी बोल दिया कि this Mr. A is a partner in my firm, and A remained silent. That means by estoppel, by holding out, now he becomes a partner. Because Z is, ये वाली line जरूरी है बच्चा उसमें, he's believing him to the partner, that's why he is supplied. This is the meaning of that to anyone who on such faith is reacting. Had Z supplied television sets without believing that he is a partner, then it would have been altogether a different story. Here we are understanding that the third person will become a partner if somebody is saying that he's a partner and the party who is giving the credit is also having the same belief. Then that person will become a partner by holding. All right. Don't worry, the PPT will get uploaded of partnership as well. I hope you all have downloaded the PPTs of sale of goods as well. Gunjan Devi is saying, ma'am, fixed partnership and particular partnership made at the same time. This can also happen. That's absolutely correct. Say, for example, you and me decided to hold the particular event, but that particular event, see, you have to see whether it was a time period or event. So if it is for an event, then you'll call it a particular partnership. Say that event ended after 3 days. Now partnership comes to an end, but we became so fond of each other that we said, okay, let's do the business for 5 years more. So now we have entered into a fixed partnership by deciding the time period. Thank you, Ms. Shivangi Ben. I'm glad everything is crystal clear to you. Ms. Saima Khatoon, I hope now partnership by holding out is clear. Please ask me anything specific you did not understand. Regarding outgoing partner means partner who is leaving, who is retiring, who is saying goodbye to the firm. That means now he will not be held liable once he has left the firm. Question number 26 on page number 2.15. Ishan, I have noted it down. Sanchita Gupta is saying, what is mutual agency? Chetan, you are still, what is pretended bidding? Pretended bidding का मतलब होता है pretend करना, झूठ बोलना. Pretend करना मतलब आप ऐसे pretend कर रहे हो. जैसे for example, let me make it hilarious. You're sitting in the classroom and you're doing like this in front of teacher. You're actually not having a headache, but you're pretending as if, you know, your head is aching. That means आप pretend कर रहे हो, आप कर रहे हो ऐसा actually में है नहीं, but आप pretend कर. Similarly, Mr. Chetan, the seller in auction sale can also have the pretended bidders. Somebody is standing in the bidders and he is just creating a price to pretend as if he is also acting as a buyer, but in reality, he is not going to purchase the products. He is only raising the number. Say, for example, there was a table for which auction sale was held. Everybody was quoting a price 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, and seller's person started doing pretended bidding of 45,000. So now he has given a rate, he has given a bid. Actually में नहीं लेना उसने 45,000 का, but किसी ने 45 सुना तो सबने बोला 46, 47. So this is a pretended bidding that we have raised the amount. All right, clear? हाँ थे हम. Aditi will also share the profits. So if you are dealing in, if you're talking about that particular transaction, then partner by holding out is anyways going to have the profits from the business. That is why we are holding him liable also for that particular transaction. In our case, when Aditi became partner by holding out, she is liable only for the particular transaction that we made with Vagdevi. Not for any other transaction of the business, children. She does not become a normal partner. She is just partner by holding out for that particular transaction. Priyanshu, the medium of giving public notices, you can give it on the, maybe you can send a notice to the clients or by giving it in the newspapers, magazines, or any method can be used. Will Aditi share profits or gain? Same questions. I just explained you. Thank you, Tejashri. Yes, Mr. Bonta Dharma, again the answer goes the same for you. As far as that transaction is concerned, she will be only liable for that particular transaction where she becomes partner by holding out, and she will eat the profits also only for that purpose. Thank you, Aditi Gupta. So Vagdevi is asking what will be the proof for partnership when there is a particular partnership for an event is oral. So that you have to prove whatever partnership deed you are making in oral depends upon the facts and circumstances of the case. General advisory situation, which is as written in the study material also, in order to avoid any disputes and conflicts, you should always have the written partnership deed. If you make it oral, then as per your own choices, you have to prove the points. Yes, Ch-3 Kaur, only for that particular transaction, not for the entire business. That's absolutely correct. Sanjana is again asking nominal partner. Somebody else is Bhavna Patel is also asking. Nominal partner, children, is a person who has lent his name, means just for your reputation of the business, I am giving you the name so that you can use my name. Say, for example, I am a nominal partner in your firm. So now whenever you go for business dealings, you tell your clients that, Miss Harleen is also partner in a firm. And say, let's assume, for example, I'm holding a good reputation in that market. So now people have start dealing with you in the business. They're giving you more business because you're using my name. I'm also partner in the firm. Although I'm not bringing in any capital, I'm not eating your profits. But now if firm suffers any loss because of that transaction, I will also be held liable. Because मैं partner हूँ ना भाई, मेरे नाम से तुमने business लिया, तो मैं liability नहीं होगी मेरी. So that's why nominal partners are held liable. Yes, Mr. Kaimi, you can do that as well. No worry. Mr. Devesh, partner retiring without notice is liable. Who can? Mr. Devesh, if you have not sent the notice, then you will continue to be liable for all the transactions done after your retirement. Chetan, I just explained you what is pretended bidding. You were not paying attention. That means, huh? Or you're just pretending just to not pay attention. And second is what is co-ownership. So you and me, we together own a bike. So when we are joint owners, when we collectively have ownership of something, that is known as co-ownership. Okay, Rohan Kumar, I have noted down your question. Page number 3.14, MCQ 3. I think this is also partnership. This is also we can take right now. The most important element in partnership is, what is the most important element? You tell me. What should be your answer for this one? We have already done the same question in MCQs, in my MCQs also, wherein I told you that yes, you are right by saying all the 4 points are important, but the basic, most important element is your element of mutual agency. Okay. Now somebody is asking 6th MCQ. In the absence of agreement, all the partners are not entitled to share profits. Share the profits equally according to their age or capital ratio. Whenever you have not made the agreement for sharing of profits, it should always be sharing of profits equally. This is again a very basic thing. All my students know. If there is no Arshdeep, 6th question MCQ of this chapter, you will be sharing the profits equally when the agreement is silent. Thank you, Mr. Ankit Mishra. Yes, Himanshu Pathak, that is correct. No, Stuti, no public notice is required in that very case. Yes, Aditi Gupta, you need to make the changes in partnership deed also. Ms. Durgesh Gupta, that depends upon the person agreement who is appointed as the partner in profits. Yes, Mr. Kaimi Kainat, you can do that. Anjana is saying pretended means acting karna. Yes, you're right. Thank you, Chetan. MCQ 3 of page number 3.14 we just did right now. Didn't we do that? We just did MCQ 3, child. Now you can go back and listen to the recorded lecture later on. All the elements should be there, but the most important is business to be carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. Why? Because that is the basic principle of mutual agency. Rohan Kumar, the answer will be mutual agency. Thank you, Ishan. Yes, Vagdevi, again you're asking what will be the proof of partnership. I just answered that. If it is an oral agreement, you have to prove it on the basis of the facts. Where did you went? Where did you put up that particular event? All the other systems have to be put in use. I told you, if it is, whenever you're making a partnership, it is advisable to have a written document in order to produce that as an evidence. Mr. Kostub, if you're saying it's an indirect way of becoming a partner, not exactly. Only for that particular transaction you become a partner, but not in general. Thank you, Rekha. Thank you, Stuti. Partner by no, Stuti, that is not required. Thank you, Anjana. Thank you, MD. Thank you, Ziba. Definitely Gunjan Devi, then he becomes a partner by nominal partner and he will be held liable for all the transactions of the business. Ekta Tiwari, sleeping partner is liable to third parties because he is just like an active partner. The only difference is he is not participating in the business and he is not required to give the public. Okay. Good. That's nice. Those who are saying, ma'am, everything understood, we'll revise. Thank you, Sanjana, Priyanka, Vagdevi, Durgesh Gupta. Durgesh, general partnership, always remember it is different from limited liability. We'll never forget. All right. Manvi Khanna is saying, ma'am, in nominal partnership, his liability to third party or one who was. He will be liable only to the person. In our example, Aditi was the partner by holding out. Only for Vagdevi, she'll be liable for that particular transaction. Thank you, Rohan Kumar. Durgesh Gupta, perpetual succession means continuity. If the business keeps continuing, partnership will come to an end. It will not keep continuing. Company will still keep continuing even if all the members die. All right, thank you, class. I think we have cleared all the queries. Only Ishan, I have written your question number for the next time, and other all the points have been cleared. Just revise your work. Your homework is to revise everything, and still, if anything is left, Diksha Agarwal is saying MCQ 12 on page number 3.5. Okay, Diksha, we'll try to take it. And next time also just remind me so that you have joined by that time when we are doing this particular queries. Okay. And all of you need to revise the chapter 1 of partnership and you can ask your queries in the next time also. All right. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Yes, Arjdeep, I already answered you that he will be held liable as a nominal partner as well. All right. Goodbye, students. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you.